Hello and welcome to Flippin Through, the internet's #1 Mad Magazine review show. If you like this show, please share it with other people. Give a like, give a comment. I really appreciate all the interactions I've had so far, but I would love it if more people could enjoy these videos. You might be looking at this cover and thinking, this is not what I saw in the thumbnail, nor is it what I saw in the introduction. And I wanted to ask, leave a comment if you would be interested in me reviewing the latest Mad magazine that came out. I just got this in the mail, I think last week, and I actually haven't even had a chance to read through it yet. So it would be, I think, maybe a fun experience. So if you would like me to do one of these modern ones, it is both new and old material. Let me know in the comments and I could make this my next video. So today we are going to be looking at this issue of Mad Magazine, and I forget, what issue is it? It's number 320. But anyway, I like to look at the mailing covers. This one is one I've seen before. I think they reused a lot of them. Mad. Gags are placed in this issue by quantity, not quality, and may have settled during shipping. Shake before reading. This was from a collection I bought from a guy off Craigslist, so I tried my best to blank out his name and address. I know the guy doesn't live there anymore, but you know, he deserves privacy anyway. So this is Mad Magazine number 320, came out in July of 1993. Our price, $1.75, which is indeed cheap. And so this is a cool cover because it's the fold-in is on the front. And even more cool is the fact that, can I get to it? There is no fold-in on the back. So I imagine this had to be a pretty big break in tradition for them as far as having the fold-in on that back inside cover. I really enjoy this cover. Obviously, it's an Al Jaffe cover, but I like all of the names that appear on it. And so we have Mad is pure bull. Spy versus Spy, the usual gang of idiots. Drucker, Jacobs, Coker, Davis, and then DiBartolo, Woodbridge, Hart, Torres, Porges, Tulka, Bunk, North, Kogan, Caldwell, Williams, Snee, I don't know what that is going to be, Warhala, Shields, the photographer, Viviano, Berg, Aragones, Clark, Koch, Snyder, Gersten, Saladino. I love that. And then here we have Moxie, we have Arthur, the avocado plant. We have this guy, I forget his name. Do we have? Yes, here we go. This shape, which they had a name for. Duck Edwing, Sea Duck, Run Amok. Is there a cure for Kaputnik? This cover sucks, so sue us. It's such a fun cover, and it's so different. Let's fold it. I don't care. Let's see what it looks like. Better be something. What if it's like, you're an idiot? It probably will just insult me. Oh, I was close. Buy this issue, schmuck. Yeah, I was very close. It did insult me. So going in, we have this ad by Jack Davis. I've commented on this before, but it's amusing every single time. We have the table of contents, our vital features, a few goofy men, a late night with Igor, Aladdin, and the Beauty and the Beef. 2 more satires, Enjoy and Profit from World Cup Soccer, this is something that I guess until I was an adult, I had zero knowledge that there was, and that 90% of the world went nuts over the World Cup. Mad look at bikers and audition tapes of talk show hosts who never made it. All right, so in here we have, wait a second. Did I do this one already? So here we have the letters department, some things jumping out. Northern Exposure. Look at that. That's a throwback right there. That's some true 90s stuff. We have Bob Newhart Show. Wait a second. No, this isn't the Bob Newhart Show. This is something different. This is a show with Bob Newhart. Oh, series Bob. You know what? You could always rely on Bob Newhart to really push the envelope. We have Mr. Gottfried. What is his name? Gilbert Gottfried. Being an avid MAD reader, I picked up issue number 314. This is the second time I found myself in your magazine. I called all my friends. If there's a third time, I'm calling my lawyer. I love that. I could not imagine a greater thrill for me than to appear in a MAD magazine. That would be a dream come true. Here we have the parody of A Few Goofy Men, artist Mort Drucker. Again, all right, so this is like the second video since the reflecting on or remembering Mort Drucker. And we see here, this is that style. This is that like quintessential Mort Drucker. And we see that it's great. And you see he has like this amazing way of making them so recognizable without making them grotesque, right? Like, who's this guy? Colonel Jessup, that's his name. How can I remember the character he was, but not the man's name? I mean, he looks less cartoony. He looks more serious and intimidating. What's his face? Who's this guy? Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise looks like very silly. So I think we're going to get a lot of fun poked at him. Kevin Bacon. I mean, that's like Demi Moore. This guy, what was his name? He's like a podcaster now, and he's really great. He was also in The Usual Suspects. And even this is a character actor. And I mean, like, the fact that like somebody like this can be very easily recognized, it talks to his skill as a caricature artist. Anyway, so who ordered the code red? I don't know. He did, right? Didn't he? Oh, spoilers. Sorry, guys. The odoriferous olfactory ordeal. Oh, it's the basketball team. It's about time you guys showed up. We've been waiting for clothes. Today's not my day for reading. It's about time you guys showed up. We've been waiting for close to an hour. We couldn't help it. The game went into overtime. Well, hurry up. You got 2 minutes to get ready. Insert feet through airlock. And I still say this is cruel and unusual punishment. Oh my gosh. We'll leave it to Duck Edwin to make capital punishment hilarious. Things to do of the new Clinton administration. This is Rick Tulka. All right, so this is great because, I mean, like, I think people forget how perfect the Clintons were for mocking. I mean, like, now, no, it seems like people don't really make fun of them. People really seem to have forgotten, like, this dude's past a little bit. But I mean, it's just, it was wonderful. They were great fodder for comedy. Tax and Spend finished thank you notes to all the women who didn't sell their stories to the tabloids. Instruct Al on how to drain the spit valve on my sax, and appoint Ross Perot to get to the bottom of this is Elvis alive thing. Who's that? Is that? Oh, that's his father. Wait, no, that's George Bush Sr., right? Is that who that's supposed to be? Al Gore, vice president, filed papers for Gore 2000 campaign. Hey, look at that. They predicted the future. Work on developing 2 new facial expressions. Talk to DC Comics about developing Ozoman as new superhero. The First Lady, sick IRS on Jennifer Flowers. Now that was a whole thing that people forgot about, right? Where she allegedly used the IRS to like dig up dirt on people. Start legal work to make my co-presidential title official. Con Tipper into taking over all those stupid ceremonial First Lady functions. That's I like that. Great moments from the Home Shopping Club. Own them all on video cassette. There's one. Here's a hunchback thing. Get that out of here. I don't want to look at a hunchback. They're all over. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sure it's hilarious, but I'm not looking at another hunchback, okay? I got to draw the line somewhere. The lighter side of... Do you have to bring that mean-looking dog into my office? No, don't worry about Fang, Dr. Halpern. He wouldn't hurt anyone. Unless, of course, they hurt me. Yeah. We'll give it another try next time, okay, Dave? All right, Dave Berg. I actually, talking about these new ones, the reboot of MAD, there was I forget her name, but there was a woman who was doing a rebooted lighter side of, and I thought it was really good. I thought it was really well written. It took like the most critical part of this, right? Like these little pithy jokes where like, your expectations are undermined in a way. And yeah, she did a very good job. And the artist on it too was like, it was somewhat similar stylistically, but I think better. The perturbed puppeteer's pronouncement. Now I wonder, did he always use this much alliteration? I think he did. I think that was part of his shtick. Hey kids, what time is it? It's head chopping time. I really hate doing these Saturday afternoon matinees. I forgot how much Duck Edwing did about torture and execution, because you would also have this guy like hanging in shackles in the dungeon. I totally forgot all about that. Here we go. Some Paul Coker. A mad look at the real Clinton coalition. The Kennedys, in case they need a pardon for anything. Voters too young to remember how the last Democratic president screwed up. Evening Shade viewers who just can't get enough of that accent. And environmentalists expecting Clinton to be anti-industry. Guys whose name really is Bubba. Oh my goodness. Wait, I want to know what this is. Republicans who know the economy is about to melt down and they don't want to be in office when it does. I don't know. Maybe it's like the passing of time, which makes some of these like political things more humorous. I just find that my patience or interest in political humor is so it's just non-existent. But this sort of old political humor I do find amusing, and I wonder if maybe it's just because I'm not living in that time. Maybe that's why I find it amusing. But here's Paul Peter Porges. That has to be a pen name. With a kid's guide to things that go bump in the night. Oh, I like that. All right. Okay. I like this concept. So There's nothing more active than your imagination when you're a kid lying in bed in the dark. Weird noises, creepy sounds can only mean one thing: monsters and bad guys around, or abound. Or do they? Here's a kid's guide to things that go bump in the night. Chainsaw murderer on the loose? Or is it? Good God, Godzilla? Before you go gaga, go to the next page. So he wrote this too. Jason dropping by? Get with the premise. Turn to the next page. So we have a vampire, a burglar with a knife, and drive-by shooting. Boys in the Hood, don't wet your pants. Turn the page, idiot. All right, here we go. So I'll kind of hold it like this. It is not a chainsaw murderer. It is simply a pizza delivery boy on his Vespa. It's not Godzilla bounding out of the ocean. It's your dad flushing the toilet. And it is not Jason. It is indeed the trash man. That's amusing. That's kind of a cute one. Matt's Baseball Rotisserie League draft form. I love this, but it's like, this is one that doesn't, it kind of ages. I mean, no, it doesn't age that well, because if you're a kid, you probably don't know who most of these people are. So here we go. Players, so they've taken like these actual names of players and their nicknames, and they've just made them into jokes. So it's like players with bizarre health crises. Lenny Lush Dykstra missed a large part of 1991 season after injuring his shoulder in a drunk driving accident, but managed to cope with the pain by using his favorite painkiller, hard liquor. Like, that's not even funny. That's just tragic. George Itchy Brett once batted .390, even though a severe case of hemorrhoids had him laying out 45 games. It's just, here we go. Players who don't need us to give them nicknames. Herm Winningham, part American Indian, Hearn's great-grandpappy got the family name due to his first-place effort at the county fair. And then Kirby Puckett. Is it illegal for people with a severe lisp to say his name in over 15 states? Yeah, that one's... I only read that one because I'm from Minnesota, so... But that one kind of fell flat. Mediocre player with absurdly large salary. Daryl Choke Strawberry thanked the Dodgers for his 5-year, $20,250,000 contract by hitting a blistering 197 with runners in scoring position and 2 outs. Now this is just like a baseball fan complaining. Who wrote this? This guy, Andrew J. Schwartzberg. Andrew J. Schwartzberg just did not, this article didn't get picked up by Sports Illustrated. That's why it's in here. Pinocchio and Jiminy Cricket at the movies. Oh, so this is like, for those people who don't know, if there are young viewers, there was a program called Siskel and Ebert at the movies. And they had like this little set where it looked like a movie theater, and they would show not previews, but like clips of the movie, or like almost, I don't know, like a sizzle reel. I don't know if that's the right term, but and then they would tell you what they thought, and that's where the whole thing, like 2 thumbs up, 1 thumb up, 1 thumb down, because each man had but 1 thumb to give, and so 2 thumbs up meant they agree and it's a good movie. So that's that. And so this is like a gag on that, them having comments about the movie and scenes in it. Beauty and the Beef. I really like these. I like their drawings, the cartoons of illustrations. I don't know why. Who did this? Angelo Torres did this. The hapless hangman's humiliation. Plalop, plalopity, tralop, piddlyop, galoop. I'm not going to read all that. He's running. And, damn it, how many times do I have to tell you? Cut the slack. Cut the slack. Oh, my gosh. Enjoy and profit from World Cup soccer. Rejoice in the knowledge that soccer on TV doesn't need a lot of instant replays because the next play always looks exactly like the previous one. Yeah, that's true. Soccer is boring. Sorry if that's too much of a hot take for some of you. Mad look at bikers. Oh, where's your helmet, bro? Oh, the helmet has hair on it. I remember there was like in Minnesota, it must have, maybe it was around this time, maybe it was later, but they were instituting helmet laws. Wait, do they have helmet? No, they don't even have helmet laws. But there was a conversation somewhere in the country about helmet laws. And I remember that being a big to-do. People did not enjoy it very much at all. Oh, God, look at, he crashed. He went flying off his bike. Are you kidding? Oh, man, look at his poor bike. It's less funny when you say it out. So that's the problem. Oh, joke and dagger department. Spy versus spy. Here you go. It's dribbling. Oh, he comes around the corner, steals it. Poor sportsmanship. He wasn't prepared for that. He didn't know he was. Oh, God. He's locked in. Don't try to dunk on White Spy. That's what happens when you dunk on White Spy. You make a fool of yourself. Audition tapes of talk show hosts who never made it. Just Macaulay Culkin just screaming. Oliver Stone, Mikhail Gorbachev. I needed the job. The money was good, so here I am. Rusted Iron Curtain. I keep forgetting to do the artist Sam Viviano. Dan Bircher, I think. Mario Cuomo. Daryl Gates. I mean, I think like a lot of these people are folks that I've never heard of. Well, okay, I've heard of Mikhail Gorbachev and Oliver Stone and Mario Cuomo, but I don't like really know anything about him. He was like a mayor of New York or something. Here we go. Final article. Job opportunities for presidential runners-up. George Bush, ventriloquist. Did you hear the one about the bleeding heart liberal who raised taxes? Never has to worry about his lips being read again. And he already has experience in controlling a dummy. Dan Quayle, tabloid journalist. Ross Perot. I know it's not a pretty picture, but we can't ignore it any longer. Seems to enjoy explaining pointless graphs and charts, and his long and tedious infomercials were about as exciting as the Weather Channel. This is actually like, if I recall correctly, like he wasn't getting airtime, and so he bought huge blocks of airtime. So, like, the media just weren't covering him, and so he was like, "All right, I'll buy an hour." Buy an hour of TV. And when you're a billionaire, you can do that. Here we have What's Right with America. The hand of Michigan extended in friendship toward our neighbor to the north, Canada. Plenty of extra space for weathermen to put their big L's and H's. The largest oil spills occur on beaches of state where it's too cold for people to go swimming. Oh my gosh. Convenient handle in Florida. Look at that. But they're wait, isn't that the panhandle of Florida? It's not even pointing to the right part. Anyway, and finally the back cover. On the road with Bill and Hillary. So I'm going to have to look this up because this is the second joke about Bill and Elvis. So did he say something on the campaign trail about Elvis? Because you can see right there, like all four panels come together and you see the visage of Elvis. Anyway, this issue had some laughs. It was okay though. I mean, it was I think visually there were some things I really loved about it. This cover alone is, it's high up there. I love this. I love that they like switched it up. But overall, I mean, it was a pretty weak issue, gotta say. But if you are a completist, obviously you have no choice but to get it. So number 320. Thank you so much for watching. Again, hit like, share this. That would be amazing. Like I said, the more views I could get, I would be very pleased. If you are interested in me flipping through this issue, Mad Mox Music, let me know in the comments, and I will flip through this. And I think going over some of these, this new one would be pretty amusing. Here's a fact. The new ones, they do have more material. Anyway, so with that, thank you so much for watching, and toodaloo.